This seems like common sense, but I'm going to say it anyways. I'm not lucky that I have a good husband. I have a good husband because I married a good man. People keep commenting on my TikTok that I'm lucky I have such a good husband. I'm lucky that he puts up with this, blah, blah, blah. Luck didn't have anything to do with it. I mean, he was a good man when we were dating, so I married him. Good men turn into good husbands. Bad boyfriends don't make good husbands. I knew when I was dating Caden that he would be a great husband and a great father. So I chose to marry him and then bear his children. It wasn't luck. It wasn't like a coin flip. I knew who he was and I knew I wanted to build a life with him. Somebody commented that her partner would strangle her if she acted like I did. And it was like, you should get a new partner.
Welcome back to the channel. You see the information on the screen, so you know what I'm about. So let's get into it. This particular TikTok, to me, cuts straight to the chase. And so it's not a lot that I can add, but, based off of what I've talked about on this channel, this is reality. And I don't understand why people just simply don't get this. When you date someone, they should be showing the qualities of a good person that you want to be with forever. I don't care if it's a man dating a woman or a woman dating a man. He's not going to change. She's not going to change. As many people say, generally speaking, okay, unless, like I say, they almost get in a car accident or they have a life and death situation or God gives them the most horrific dream or something like that, most people are not going to change. They're going to be the person that you're dating within that first 90 days. People know, you have an understanding. Even if you've never been in a good relationship, okay, and I understand that, and I actually have empathy for that, okay? I understand you might have never seen a good relationship. Every relationship in your life might have been toxic. But there are great relationships out here. There are great people out here. For the women watching, there are great men out here. There are men that don't cheat. I was out recently and it was all these women that were talking about all these men cheat, all these men out cheat, all these men cheat. And I was again, and then they tried to throw up numbers in my face. Well, 54% of men cheat on their wives. Well, 46% don't. Choose the 46%. And say, no, but the majority, 46% don't. And I even bet you, again, because people love to just use stats, but I try not to just use stats. I try to think about these things. Okay, have we ever really thought about why many men cheat? See, a lot of men and women cheat, but then their relationships continue on. So there are people that just put up with it, but then there are also sometimes situations within the marriage. Okay, are the men being respected? Are the men being loved? Does the woman, withhold sex? Does she try to use sex as a control mechanism? Okay, sex should never be used as a control mechanism. In fact, that's really how you get closer and closer to your partner. So when you try to control it as a woman, it can actually put a wedge within your relationship and it can make him not trust you anymore because you're trying to control this thing. Same thing, men should never control sex, right? Because women's, sex drive increases as they get older. We have to look at all the factors. We can't just look at one set of factors. So if a man is reaching out to his woman and he's saying, hey, I need more affection from you. I need more time for you. But then this woman is doing X, Y, Z. Maybe she's spending time with the children or she's doing something else and she doesn't want to spend time with her husband. Okay, that could be a factor. Even if we put all of these normal, rational things that if we thought about them, if we just sat and thought about them and actually interviewed people and we brought up even the research that said, okay, these are the reasons why men cheat. If I can find some, I might put them up if I can find them as I'm making this video. But even if all of that just brought us back 4%, that would be enough to say 50-50. That would be enough to say every other man is going to be faithful. See, when I'm out dating, and I've said this 100 times probably throughout all these videos, a woman, when I am dating in that first 90 days, my goal is to find out where her heart is, where her mind is. It doesn't matter how attractive she is. I've already dated a woman that was my 10. She was my 10. Okay, there would be, I would have to get her twin, literally, to have a woman that was more attractive in my mind than she was. But I let her go. Why did I let her go? Was because her mind and her heart were not lined up. Men, we're supposed to be so visual. We're supposed to only want all these women. But I was like, no. So when people are out here and they're talking about all these things, okay, we have to remember there are those of us who like toxic people. We believe that toxic behavior is attractive. We believe that the man who speaks really well and knows how to talk to you and be smooth in his words, that he's a good guy. He's the guy that you want. He's your type. When the Bible even tells you, don't talk to them, that they'll cost you your life. And yet people continue to do it over and over and over again. When you're out here and you're meeting people and you're talking to people, okay, you should be taking 90 days, sometimes even just one date, to figure out whether or not they're a good person. If you don't curse and they're cursing, that's a problem. If you don't drink but they've downed 3 drinks, that's a problem. They should be picking up your energy just by watching you. And if you guys don't match, you should never give them a second date. I don't care if you're a man or a woman. It's like the woman said, there's no luck about it. When you're dating a good person, 9 times out of 10, they're going to be a good person when you marry them. I can honestly say, without a doubt, that of the women that I have dated, about almost 50% of them were good women. Okay, the reason why we didn't make it was really more because, we were going down different paths, because we still have to be on the same path. Okay, but they were good women. There was nothing wrong with those women. And see, that's the whole point. And they recognized in me that I was a good man. They saw it. When you have a good man in front of you and you have the same path and you have commonality, that is the recipe for marriage. But what we as people do is that we're seeking out what the devil keeps telling us that we need. And it is the devil that is doing it. Oh, well, he ain't got enough money. Oh, well, she ain't pretty enough. Oh, well, they might be boring. What does any of that line up with the Bible? None of that does. And that is where the problem is. And I constantly am trying to tell you, if you all can get 2/3 of what you're looking for in a person, consider yourself lucky. You're blessed. That could truly be your person. A lot of people are sitting back and we're saying, oh, we're lonely and this, that, and the third, when the truth is God has sent us person after person after person after person. And we keep basically saying that we don't want any of them. So we have to really recognize this. And so, no, it's not luck. No, there's not all these bad men, because a lot of people want to say, oh, it's nothing but bad men out here in the dating pool. No, there's plenty of good ones. And I've always said that tells me a little bit about you because you don't see them, or you're not attracted to them, or you don't want them. Because a truly good woman should want a good man. Okay, if you don't have toxicity, see, there is a drive, a desire. And we have to be honest about this. And I think a lot of people are, they're honest. And I love an honest person because at least at that point, we can take it from one step to the next. But if you have toxicity in you, you might say, well, I'm not toxic, but you're reaching for toxicity. You like toxicity. You think toxicity is fun. You think toxicity is how the opposite gender is supposed to act. And when you think that way, that means you're still toxic. You're still toxic. Because you'll get around a good person and then you think there's something wrong with them. But it's really something wrong with you. And we have to be honest with ourselves and basically say, okay, I'm going to go after the good person. And I am going to rewire my brain and say that this good environment is not boring, it's fun. It's a different type of fun. It's a peaceful fun. It's like I say, it's like walking in a park. It's not like being on a battlefield. But it's your choice. You can be on the battlefield dodging bullets and hope none of them hits you. And then once you get behind, each barrier, you're like, woo, that was fun right there. Let's do that again. Or you can walk through a park with your person and be free and recognize that is fun. That is relaxing. And most people that are in great relationships, that is what they're seeking. All right. So anyway, remember there's membership down there. If that's what you desire to go a little bit deeper, please like, please subscribe, and I'm going to see you all in the very next video.